Coming up on the Uplift, a big surprise for some Minnesota middle schoolers. Why a pop star has some of these kids already excited for snow to come back. Then, a virtual space for inclusion. How one man is making sure disabilities don't hold anyone back from technology. And an extremely rare disease changed this family's life, and now they need our help. The help that would allow them to rise through adversity. Welcome, friends, to the Uplift. In this digital series, we're going to be sharing some of our favorite stories we are sure will put a smile on your face. It's our goal to lift your spirits for at least the next 30 minutes, and hopefully for a lot longer than that. I'm Susan Elizabeth Littlefield. Thank you so much for being with us. The Vikings are doing some good during their off season. They took time to hand out educational tools at TCO Stadium. Quarterback Kirk Cousins and head coach Kevin O'Connor were both there to help. The team gave out backpacks, books, and much more. The goal was to inspire the youth to get educated.
For us to be able to bring multiple schools out here to just have fun, have a book fair, be out here on the field with us, be at our facility, it just means a lot. And somebody did something special for me when I was a kid too, so I'm glad I'm able to give back and do the same.
A group of sixth graders at Osseo Middle School won a statewide contest to name a MnDOT snowplow. The award-winning name? Blizzo, after the Minnesota singer Blizzo. As a surprise, Blizzo, the snowplow, pulled right up in front of the school to meet the sixth graders. It was an exciting break from the classroom. Kids had a chance to take pictures and even sit in the driver's seat, but meeting the snowplow isn't the first time these kids have been starstruck this year. Earlier, Lizzo posted on Twitter thanking the students for that snowplow name.
She's just really popular and really cool, and now that I feel like I almost know her now.
We were lucky enough for her to see it, and I think it's really cool that she had shouted us out.
It puts us on the map, saying oh, this seems like a good school. People saying something about Osseo and putting us out there.
You'll find Blizzo clearing the streets in Minneapolis this winter. 1 in 5 Americans has a disability. For many of them, navigating the world can be tricky. What you may not know, though, is that it also makes navigating websites and apps almost impossible. Now, we want you to meet a Minnesota man who is showing all of us how to help. This is how Bello Cipriani reads a website. This is how he writes an email. It's been 16 years since he's actually seen a computer screen. He was assaulted by a group of young men while working in tech in California.
They started hitting me, and my cause of blindness is retinal detachment, so I got kicked in the head so many times that my retina is detached.
Bello lost all of his vision at 26.
It was shocking.
And it was frustrating. Even though computers now have screen readers, many websites and apps are not fully compatible.
I would say that often, friends want to meet up for lunch or dinner and they send me a link to a restaurant and I can't access their menu. Or I want to buy tickets to a concert and I, want to submit payment and then the button's not labeled.
He started OLAP, a digital inclusion company, to solve problems like this. Bello says restaurant menus are a good example. Take this one. All you can see are the photos, which show the foods on there. But if you're visually impaired, you can't tell what is actually in those photos. So the solution would be simply to write out text underneath describing what's in the photos.
Once you're aware of the barriers, I think it feels like just our responsibility to try to eliminate as many barriers as possible.
Kathy is a proud customer of OLAP. She runs the Regional Arts Council, and as you can see, their website is now fully accessible.
Metropolitan Regional Arts Council.
We want to actually break down barriers and make sure that our application process, our decision-making process, all of those things are as barrier-free as possible. And so that definitely includes the disability community.
Bello says that inclusion carries over to social media, where everyone can choose to alt-edit their posts to write in photo descriptions. Tell me about what that means to be able to read a caption, to know what a photo is.
As a human being, I just feel included. I feel part of the conversation.
And Bello is most certainly giving us all something to talk about. A Woodbury family is opening their home and hearts to share their story about a rare genetic disorder. Only about 200 people in the world have Gould syndrome. One of those people is 5-year-old Mitchell Starkett. As he grows, there's a special project that could keep the family together in their home. WCCO's Kirsten Mitchell shows us how an elevator could lift their quality of life.
He does have a really great smile that just kind of warms your heart.
They call it $1 million Mighty Mitchell smile.
They say Mighty Mitchell. It's got a little superhero logo and a heart. Made them probably 4 years ago and haven't taken it off since.
A stroke in utero started a long medical journey for Mitchell and his parents, Jesse and Dan.
We had a couple hours at home, and that was it.
At 6 months old, he was diagnosed with a severe form of cerebral palsy. By age 2, Gould syndrome, an ultra-rare genetic disorder impacting just about every aspect of his life.
Our families are close, and so we have a lot of support, but it's really hard.
Now at 5 years old, he communicates with his smile and his eyes.
All of the switches are activated just by turning his head.
He's also learning how to navigate a new wheelchair.
Yeah.
But the basic task of going upstairs to his bedroom is only possible like this.
It's 35 pounds, but it's 35 pounds sometimes fighting you versus helping you.
That's why they're fundraising to install an elevator.
It's going to be life-changing for us, for Mitchell, for other caretakers to be able to keep help in our house. It'll be life-changing. On makeshift.
It will allow the family to spend time together in a place other than the first floor.
This is his role model. He gets so excited for Big Brother.
Giving Mitchell independence as he grows.
We love the neighborhood and our neighbors. We want to stay in this community, and so, versus trying to find something else somewhere else, it just makes sense for us to make this work.
We just want him to have as many experiences as possible.
In Woodbury, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO News.
Imagine all the stories you will have to tell about your own life by the time you reach 86. Up next, we're going to show you how one man turned those tales into something everyone can enjoy.